This video looks at the various rules concerning the use of pronouns in Old English sentences. In particular, it looks at how reflexive pronouns are used in Old English and then goes on to look at how to translate passages of text in which these objects occur. So, reflexive pronouns are words ending in self or selves and are used when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same, e.g., I believe in myself. The subject I and the object myself are the same, the one and the same. So a reflexive pronoun is used in the form of myself. They can act as either objects or indirect objects, and the 9 English reflective pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, oneself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Now in Old English there are no separate forms for reflexive pronouns, and instead just personal pronouns are used in this role. So in a sentence they can act as an object, indirect object, or as the object of preposition. Now the object we have in blue, the subject in red, indirect object we'll have in green, and you'll see that occurs in the dative. But it also can be as the object of a preposition, and we'll come to some examples involving all of these. So, fa bethochte he hina. Fa then bethochte, bethought, he to himself, then he bethought himself, or he thought to himself. All right, say Koning hina west wende. Say Koning hina west wende. The king himself turned west. So the king turned west. So it's himself. So hina is acting as a reflexive pronoun there. The king himself turned west. He wende hina off worlde. He departed this life. We know it's him who departed. He departed himself this life. He died. He passed away. Say fox besatal hina. Say fox besatal hina. Now, here it's often useful to have, it's really a compound word, be-satal. Say fox besatal hina. Tatal besatal hina. The fox stole himself away. Wit und weren sochton. We two, us two. So it's acting as a reflective pronoun. We two ourselves. We intended to defend ourselves. Notice we and ourselves intended to defend ourselves. So we, the wit is acting as we two, and the unk there is which stands for us two, is acting as a reflexive pronoun. So it's we ourselves intend to defend ourselves. Wit und weren sochton. We intended to defend ourselves. Ich onderreed mij. I was afraid. The may here is reinforcing the idea that it was me. I myself, I. I was afraid. I myself was afraid. Ich onderreed mij. I was afraid. I myself was afraid. Hier liekadon him selvum. They pleased themselves. Here, they pleased himselvum. Himself. They pleased themselves. Or him is not himself, sorry, it's them. Him as in them, themselves. So they pleased themselves. Ich thasona eft me selvum underwoorde. I then immediately afterwards answered myself. I then, soon after, immediately afterwards, myself answered. So me selvum, together, myself, answered. Ich thasona eft me selvum underwoorde. I then immediately answered myself. All right. He werp hina onwurmes leech. He transformed himself into a serpent's likeness. Hina there is in the object. Subject is he. Werp, transformed, is the verb. The object here, which is connected with the action of the verb, so it's he himself that's being transformed. He's been transformed. So hina is acting as himself, a reflexive pronoun. He himself has been transformed into a worm's likeness. Tha che menna bijdon tha gold for him. Now the merchants bought the goods for themselves. And here the him is the object of a preposition. So him as in they, themselves that is, because it's the object, the preposition here, it's the object of this preposition for, means that you can interpret that as themselves. The merchants bought the goods for themselves. Sy koning onheimliche werde hinne. The king bravely defended himself, uncowardly meaning bravely. The king, masculine, say the king, hence it's a king, not a queen. Say koning, it's a he, uncowardly defended himself. So indirect object that's there was in the is an example of the indirect objects. Now, some verbs require a reflective indirect object, and this is in the dative form. So indirect objects always take the dative form. Heo hiara onda des helawitu. She. This is the dative here, so you can take that for herself. Fears hell's torments. She fears hell's torments. She's afraid. She fears the torments of hell. She for herself. The hiara, because you already have heo hears her. So why not just her fears hell's torments? But it makes more sense if it's herself. And the here there is acting as the reflexive pronoun. So reinforcing this idea that it's she, for herself. For herself, she fears hell's torments. All right. Thono wendes him sanctus Petrus thanon faram thar heladura. Now then, Thono Saint Peter turns, wendeth. Him is in the dative there, so it means himself, turns himself. Faram, thara, from the door of hell, so turns away. Wendeth, turns away. Thanan, faram, thara, hela, dura, from the door of hell. Goddess were him eft yachir de to his munsatare. God's man went back to his monastery. Goddess here is the genitive. Gods. Where is man, but him here in the dative here is the reflexive pronoun. So it's the man himself. The man himself went back. Eft is back, turned. Yachirade is returned. So back, returned to his monastery. God's man went back to his monastery. Howerf him tha to kampsatede fareo derichten. Noble lord went to the battlefield. Howerf is turned, himself, then the to battlefield. Noble fareo derichten, noble lord. The noble lord turned himself to the battlefield. Howerf him tha to kampsatede fareo derichten. The noble lord went to the battlefield. Now the verb yawitan, to go away, depart, not only requires a reflexive indirect object, but also a second verb. So a bit of a special case here, which is always in the infinitive form. So we're going to see a couple of examples of that. So yawitan not only requires a reflexive, that for instance here, him, here, and so on, but it also, as the indirect object, but also a second verb, and I'll point that out shortly in some examples. All right. Tha yawat him wund haleth on way gun. Then the brave wounded warrior passed away. Yawat is passed away, departed, as in the sense of dying, passing away. Then died him, wund haleth, so him, the wounded warrior, on way gun, passed away. The brave warrior departed. Yawat, departed, to go away. Sorry, not die. On way, gun, together, meaning passed away. So he departed, him, the wounded warrior, on his way to go. On way to go, meaning to die, to pass away. Because Yawat is in the sense of him that's done this departing to go on his way. What way is he going on? Passing away, leaving this life. He's passing away from this life. Yawat him tha se halcha heovona sachin. The saint departed, he died, to seek the heavens. So departed him, the holy heavens to seek. So the saint, say halcha, the saint, so departed him then the saint to seek heavens, to seek the heavens. All right, so the saint departed, he died to seek the heavens. Yawit on him tha feiren, they left. So departed them then to travel. So they left. So 4 words in Old English to say what we say today in 2 words. So often it's the other way around. They can say things more briefly than we do, but in this particular case, it's taken in these 4 words to say the 2 simple things, they left. Him, they, then to travel, departed, they, then to travel. They left. They left. It's the simple 2-worded statement, they left. And that's it.